So, I gotta say something that's really funny tonight, and it kind of gets me. Well, tonight my friend Karen Clark is going. She's going back home tonight from Jamaica, and everybody that I met in Jamaica, that I met from Jamaica, who came here to work at Madden's, Cragen's, anybody that I met who came up here to work for the summertime, I just want to say Wagwan, and hey, just have fun going back home. I'm gonna miss you guys, and I just want to say it was nice to meet you all the people from Jamaica that I met, and everybody else, But, so, something really funny happened to me tonight, and I was in Quick Trip, scanning my lottery tickets and, scanning my numbers, and, just saw a shooting star again. God dang it. I see shooting stars all the time, but I guess it doesn't mean anything, because I wished on a shooting star last night. I wish that I won the lottery, but when I went to scan my lottery tickets in today, I didn't win. And when I was walking away from the lottery scanner, and I said, God, I'm still a loser. The guy at Quick Trip, I don't know if he was a boss or a manager or whatever, but he said, you're not a loser at Quick Trip. And I said, thanks, dude. I needed that. But, yeah. And I know what you guys are thinking. I come on here all the time, and I talk down to myself and beat myself up all the time and make myself feel like, I don't really matter, and I don't really understand why I do it, but I really don't quite understand it. And I said to myself, I just posted a thing that was now and then, it was November 5th, and at this time I was doing my hair, and this year I'm not doing my hair. This year my hair is already done. I mean, it's like I said, playing Camo Claus, you don't have to have the white beard and the white hair and all that stuff. You don't have to do that. I mean, if you look at the top of my head looks like a Freddy Krueger movie from all the bleaching that has happened on the top of my head, and I've been bleaching my head and trying to figure out what the hell to do to try to get it white, because I'm trying to be so perfect all the time when I play Camo Claus. But I think I'm just gonna wait. When it turns white, when my hair and beard and everything starts turning white, then I can say that I'm really Santa Claus, or I can say that I want to be Santa Claus. Or I don't have to go very far, because the hair's already white and the beard's already white. So I don't have to do a lot of things anymore. One of the greatest things about me is playing Santa Claus's cousin. I love playing Camo Claus. I mean, it's the greatest thing that I've ever done. I mean, I came up with it almost 14 years ago. And I basically started doing Camo Claus, and I started doing, all these different things and all these different videos and different, things about Camo Claus. And now I have all these different pictures, and I have all these different things about Camo Claus, and that I'm trying to, make t-shirts and do my own clothing line. I actually am going to start the Berserker Berserker Claws Apparel Works. It's a big and tall store for men and women, unisex, and it's my clothing brand. And we're gonna, basically make apparel for all kinds of people. You can see that I've been posting things to a group called Berserker Apparel Works, or Berserker Claws Apparel Works, and that's my t-shirt and my clothing company that I want to start. I have a friend of mine, his name's Brad and Derek. Brad and Derek, they both make their own t-shirts and they make their own clothing. They have their own presses, and my boy Emilio down in Texas, he has a clothing line as well. And I said that I would love to, try to sell my own clothing through that. And I'm trying to get a big and tall men's store, or a big and tall anything store in St. Cloud. We don't have one. They do sell big and tall stuff at Kohl's and JCPenney and stuff like that, but it's really kind of hard to come by. And I would love to open a big and tall unisex store, because that's what I want to do. I also want to do camo claws more than anything in the world, because that's what I was told to do, and that's what I'm going to do. The other day I was talking about opening a tree farm, and I'm still talking about that. I'm still wanting to open a tree farm. I'm still wanting to do a lot of fun things with Christmas and everything else, which I know is just around the corner, but we still got to get through Thanksgiving first, and I understand that. And I know that you guys, are wondering what I'm thinking and what I'm going through right now, and I'll tell you, it's really hard, because Christmas time is one of those times where you're supposed to be with family, and I don't even know what I'm going to be doing other than putting on the Santa suit and trying to work and trying to do stuff this year. Everybody just keeps on seeing camo claws all the time, and they think, what's this loser want? But I talked to a guy last night, and I told him about the whole camo claws thing, and he thought that was amazing. His name was Michael. He's from Brainerd. It's like his name is like Van Clee or Van Cleef or Van Clee. I thought it was like Vanderbeek, but it's Vandler Keefe or something like that. But he's a really cool guy. He and I talked. We went all the way up to Brainerd yesterday, and he basically made me feel very inspirational about the whole camo claws thing, because he made me feel like, hey, it was something that mattered. I always reach out to a guy named Joshua Robertson, or Josh Robertson, and he's a guy that is a person that I've always wanted to have help me do the camo claws thing. He's my camo elf. His name's Joshua Robertson. He was with me in the movie Let Me Have My Son. Very nice guy. I reach out to him every year to see if he wants to do stuff with the camo claws thing, because he does have an outfit. He has a camo elf outfit that I got for him, to see if he wants to help out with the stuff. But I think everything is going to change next year because, well, I hopefully when I do my taxes and stuff, things can start turning around for me. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe things could change in my life. I'm not asking for anybody's blessing. I'm not asking for anybody to feel sorry for me. But it's really hard for me to do Christmas and really hard for me to do stuff. But when I put the camo cloth suit on, it's totally open. One of the people that I've been trying to reach out to is Julie. She's been very busy living her life and being herself, and I haven't been able to talk to her because I wanted to get my hair finished, but I know she's been very busy, so I haven't really been bugging her. I don't want to bug her. I don't want her to turn around and hate me or turn around and feel like, I'm just somebody who keeps bothering the piss out of her. Jeremy, my friend Jeremy Drenning, the guy that I was going to do the podcast with, I haven't heard anything from him, but I know he's very busy. So he's very busy. And Mark Weber, Mark Weber's being Mark Weber. So I'm not really going to, throw anybody under the bus or, talk to people like I'm, down or I'm out of it or I'm just not happy anymore. But I'm working on things, man. I am working on trying to live my life. There's not a day that goes by that I don't wish that I could do this camo cloth thing, as an everyday lifestyle, everyday thing, I'd love to be able to do it all the time. But, I just want to take it slow. But sometimes you don't know how much life you have, how much time you have. No, I'm not dying, so don't, get that on your guys' conscience. But I've been watching a show called Lethal Weapon. I've been watching it on TV, and I feel like I'm kind of like Riggs' character. Yeah, I kind of feel like Mel Gibson's character. I feel like him, I mean, I've had, rough times in my life. There's times where I just want to, eat a bullet, be done with it, blow my brains all over the house. But then I realized to myself that that's just the coward's way out. And sometimes I really wonder, what happens. I said that I wasn't going to go live on Facebook anymore because Facebook doesn't really seem to have a filter. It doesn't really seem to stop me from, doing things and, copywriting and stuff, but I don't really copyright anything anyway. I pretty much do it myself. I came up with an idea for a song that I wanted to sing, and it was called 2% and 2 Cookies. And it was a song that I started writing and a song that I started doing. It was about a story about a guy who got in a fight with his wife at Christmas time, and he went out for a drive, and he went to his local bar and saw the bartender, and he said, "Oh, hey, welcome to the show. Comment below or let me know who you are, because I don't know who's watching until the end of the show, but I just want to say thanks for watching. So this guy, he gets in a fight with his wife, and he goes to the local bar. Bartender at the end of the bar, kind of looks like Santa Claus. He's got a white beard, and he's got white hair, and he's cleaning the glasses. He's like cleaning the bar glasses. It's not a very busy bar. The guy decided to go for a drive, and he ended up just going to this bar that didn't look like it had a lot of people around it, and it was constant, and it was closed. Yeah, it was closed. Well, it looked like it was closed, but there was a barkeep in the thing cleaning the glasses, just waiting for somebody to come in. So this guy comes in, he sits down, and the bartender says, "Well, what do you have?" And he says, "I want 2% and 2 cookies." And the bartender says, "Well," he's like, "you're lucky. I just made up a fresh batch, and I sell them 6 in a bag. Call it a 6-pack. And we do a thing called a 6-pack. A 6-pack in a bottle." Yep. And he goes, "Oh, that's a pretty good idea." But and then the guy said, "Well, yeah, because you can't just eat 2. You're going to need a whole 6-pack in a bottle." But the song is called 2% and 2 cookies. Yeah. Because basically that's what the guy felt like. I mean, he got in a big, huge fight with his wife. She wanted a divorce. And basically he's feeling like all he's going to get is basically a bottle of milk and 2 cookies. He ain't going to get anything in the divorce. And like the thing with me is I'm going through a divorce right now. But I don't really understand why. I know that she don't want to be with me anymore because of things that we had and problems that we had in our relationship. And I'm fine with that. If she wants to move on, that's her choice. I said it over and over and over again. And I want to move on. But we gotta find a way to pay for the thing. To pay for the divorce. Which I haven't ever had any money come through. The only time that I think that I'm gonna have enough money for a divorce is gonna be when I get my taxes back. But I don't know. I'm going through a lot of shit right now. I'm driving around in a car that's broken. The headlights and the taillights are both broken. I'm working on trying to get those fixed. I'm also driving around and I'm living in my apartment with no money. The only thing I have is 5 slices of bread left in the thing, a whole bunch of mac and cheese, half a bottle of milk. I live off of the tips that I get every night when I take somebody, home from where they're going from. If they give me $5, I go and take that $5 and I go to the local Quick Trip and I try to buy what I need to get through the week. Hey, welcome to the show. Comment below, because I don't know who you are until after the show's over, because then it tells me who was watching. So can you please comment? Thank you. Anyway, like I said, I've hit rock bottom. And when I scanned my lottery tickets tonight, and when I did my thing, and I said that I was a loser, and the guy was like, "Well, here at Quick Trip, you're not a loser." And he gave me a thumbs up. I smiled, I laughed, I thought it was funny, and I told him that I needed it. Because I did. But I don't want anybody to ever feel sorry for me. I don't really want anybody to understand that, that Jack's trying real hard. And, maybe it's time for my wonderful life. But who knows? I got things going on in my brain and my life and my head. I have people keep on telling me, Jack, you need to, get away from where you are. You need to move away from Minnesota. But it's just going to be the same when I go someplace else. I don't have a good job where my boss, sends me to SEMA and I can go with my best friend, the person who loves me more than anything in the world. I don't have that luxury. Brian and Becky have that kind of luxury. That's perfect. More power to them. I got a friend request from my best friend's mom. I got a request from Dustin's mom, which I'm actually kind of happy to get that. I miss Dustin like it's, more than yesterday. And I'm probably, I'll see him when I get there. I'll see him when I get to heaven. And I probably won't be there either because I'll probably do something stupid and I'll probably end up somewhere else. But I'm not even ready to go yet. I have all these people, tell me, Jack, live your life, dude. Enjoy it while you got it. And I do. The only way you can enjoy anything about life is if you have money. The only reason why women talk to me is if I have money. I mean, that's what that Letty chick did. I mean, all she wanted to talk to me was because I had money and I was a nice guy. And I had great eyes, is what she said. But she's never talked to me once. Hi, welcome to the show. Comment below. I don't know who you are, but let me know. Alright? So I talked to this Letty lady. She was this chick at the bar. She said I had great eyes. I was a nice person. But, again, I was just another loser that was great eyes, Because as soon as I told somebody that I was Santa Claus, they laughed at me and kind of thought it was a joke, But Camo Claus is actually, to be 100% honest with you, Camo Claus is something that I actually like better than Trax Revolution. Even though I've done Trax Revolution for almost 30 years, Camo Claus is my favoriteest thing in the whole world. Because when I put that suit on, and I have people come up to me and ask me for pictures and everything else, I know it's only a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes or whatever, but it's the most love I ever get. And I find it really funny that Joe left me, or that Joe and I, when we separated, I felt really bad when she left me, or when she told me that she doesn't want to be around me anymore. Well, she wants to be around me, but she doesn't want to be with me. She doesn't want to be with a guy like me. But the fucked up thing is that, I may be a guy that goes all over the place and people seem to want to be around and want to talk to and seem like I'm a very generous and lovable person, but yet Joe can't see that. What she sees is the negative in me. She sees all the negative things that happen in our relationship. Like the constant posts that I posted on Facebook or YouTube about, the kind of girls that I'm interested in or the kind of things that were done up, but I don't even remember posting them. I mean, I think somebody hacked into my account and posted this stuff because I don't even remember posting it. I don't even remember putting it up on my wall. But the thing is that, she says she has it and she saw it. But I don't even remember posting it. But whatever. It's okay. It's over and done with now. I'm alone and I'm a loser. And I'm not with anybody. I couldn't even get a blind girl to go out with me. Yeah. I met a blind girl. She turned out to be a girl who could see just fine. And she basically ghosted and catfished me at Buffalo Wild Wings. I hung out with this guy named Jose, who he was a really cool guy. I mean, we'd go out for drinks all the time, and well, he would drink, and I would drive him home. And then one night, we got in an argument, and he didn't really say anything. Hey, what's up, Amber? One of the coolest people in the world is online right now. Amber, everybody. I really like her a lot. She doesn't know that, but she probably does now. She seems like she talks to me when I need somebody to talk to. But sometimes I just don't know what I want anymore. And so Joe and I, we are going through a divorce, and we're trying real hard to get it all taken care of, the paperwork and everything. She has the paperwork. She has it all filled out. I haven't filled out my end of the paperwork and my end of the deal yet because I don't have the money. I'm working on it. I'm literally trying to get the money together. But I don't even have 2 pennies anymore to rub together to make a nickel. I just constantly go to work all the time. I put in 120 hours every 2 weeks, get my paycheck, pay off debts, pay off bills, and have no money. Or I help friends out with things, buy things for friends, and do things for other people before I put myself forward. So I take into consideration and give money to other people. And the reasoning is because, one, I want to put my friends first before myself. I've always wanted my friends to know that I care about them more than I care about my own self. It's just how I am. And see, it's kind of funny because, when people don't talk to me, when people don't talk to me anymore, like say we've been friends we've known each other from work, or we've known each other, and when you stop talking to me, I think it was something that I did. And I think that nobody wants to talk to me anymore. So I'm like, well, I guess they think I'm a loser. And they think I'm a bad person. So that's just another person in the 485 people who are friends with me on Facebook who probably think that I'm a loser. But then I only have like 3 friends. But then, I get called and I go over to Zach's house at night when Aaron and those guys are all having parties, and Tabitha and all those guys are having having get-togethers. And I go out with them, and I go over to Zach's house, and I sit there, and and I pretend like I'm having a good time because they called me, because they wanted me to come over. And I just try to be myself and try to put on a good face and try to have a good time. But then when it's all over and I go home and sit on my phone and fall asleep with my cell phone in my hand. Sometimes I fall asleep in the computer chair. I sometimes fall asleep in the bear chair. Or I fall asleep in my chair in my living room, hoping I don't wake up. Because I don't know why I have to keep on going. Because I have nothing to look forward to. Nobody wants to be with me. I just sit here all the time and put on a happy face and tell you guys that, you know, I love you because you love me. But sometimes I don't even know if it's legitimate or not. I sometimes don't even know if anybody really and truly wants to be around me. I mean, hell, I couldn't even make it work with a woman of 10 years that I loved. And I still love. She doesn't want to be with me because she just saw the negative in me. She never really got to see me. She never got to understand me. Because I take a lot longer than everybody else when it comes to life. Basically, I mature a lot slower than everybody else. I still act like a kid. Even though I'm 46 years of age. Because I want to be different than everybody else. I want to have fun. I don't want to be an adult, is basically what I'm trying to say. Because being a kid keeps you feeling younger, even though you're getting older. Some people say it's kind of like a dinosaur, you know? As we get older, our brains get different, you know? Me, as I get older, in age, and, you know, in mentality and everything else, I finally mature. See, I may be 46 years of age as a number, but I'm 26 years of age as a person. It's like the movie Jack with Robin Williams. Yeah, I may be 46 years of age, but I act like a kid. Because I want to have fun. I mean, Cyndi Lauper said it best. Girls just want to have fun. But I just want to be young and have fun. I want to be forever young. That's what I want to be. No one's going to live forever, but you can always be forever young. That's my favorite song. Because even though our skin and our hair and our bodies get older, you can never take away your inner child. And that's why I am the way that I am. I love it when kids see me and they say, Santa Claus, how you doing, man? And I'm going, I'm great. I'm doing great. How are you? You been good? I'm not really Santa Claus, but I'm his cousin. But, you know, I'll put in a good word for you if you just believe in me, you know? Because that's what I have to do. I have to be strong. Because there's a lot of people in this world who are depressed and who are down. So you know what? I just continue to keep on doing things that I do. And being a kid is one thing, because I love being a kid. Toys R Us may be gone, but I can still be a kid. It's like the movie Big with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks wanted to be big because he wanted to see what it was like to be older. But then when he realized that it was hard work being an adult, getting up every day, going to work, and working for somebody you don't want to work for, you have to turn around and try to make it your own thing. But then he went to work, and he worked for a toy company, and he was the best person at it. But then when he realized that he missed out on everything when he was older, he missed out on being a kid, he wanted to go back. And see, when I was a kid, I missed out on that. I missed out on being a kid. Because I was always told that I was supposed to be ready for the adult life. I was told that I wasn't supposed to be a kid anymore. I was supposed to grow up. I was supposed to be a man. I was supposed to be ready for heartbreak, defeat, and having no one love you. And that's how I feel every fucking day. Every day I wake up wishing that I could win the lottery so that I could be an adult but party like a kid. Because when I was young, and it was Nintendo and video games and all that other shit that was out there, you know, I wanted to play video games, but I really didn't want to play them. I was also told that if they bought me the Nintendo and stuff, and you know, I did my schoolwork and everything else, then I could play on it. But it always would get to the point where I got tired of playing on it and was bored from it. But I just kept on playing on it because the thing is that it made me feel like I mattered. It made me feel like I was something. When basically all I was trying to do was talk to my parents and say, hey, I miss you guys. But to them, I needed to grow up and be a man. I needed to get ready to become an adult. Get the hell out of their house. Stop living like a kid and grow up. That's what it was. I always had to be serious. I couldn't joke around. I couldn't live my life the way that I wanted to. But now that I'm alone and single, I'm trying to live that life and be fun and happy, but every time I go back to everything that I've done with my parents, I can't feel like a kid. I can't feel like that. I go into that adult mode and everything just goes completely and utter shit. Everything just falls apart. I don't know why that is. And it's so funny. I met Amber for the first time. And it was so funny when I met her. You know, it was just so cool when I met her, because she seemed like a person who was, yeah, she's an adult, but she acts like she has an inner child. She wants to be wild. She wants to be fun. She wants to work in a food truck with her daughter, which I think is really cool. Making sweets, of all things. Making cakes and pies and candies and cookies and everything else, which is just so cool. And then I found my friend Jeremy. He has a thing called Sweet and Snacky. Or, you know, he has his own, you know, cotton candy machine, and he has his own snow cone maker, and he makes popcorn all the time. And I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, because he had that. He has that kind of business. That kind of, you know, I have this kind of stuff to spread joy through, you know, cotton candy and shaved ice and popcorn. I mean, that's cool as shit. I've always tried to have my own thing where I could make people happy and do things. I've always wanted a tree farm. I've always wanted to open a track and have rally car racing and everything else, but I can never ever get that, because I have to be the adult. But then when I put the Santa Claus suit on, or when I put Camo Claus suit on, I turn into a big kid. I spread joy, I have fun, and I take the suit off and it's over and gone. It's the tears of the clown, man, when there's no one around. I sit back and I relax everything in my arms and my face and my body, and then I realize to myself, you know, Jack, you could do so much more with yourself if you had money. And I want, you know, if I had money, if I had the lottery winnings, if I had money, or maybe if my parents were gone and I had an inheritance and I had money, maybe I could do something with it. Maybe I could be happy, but I'm always constantly living paycheck to paycheck like everybody else in this world is. But the thing is I don't have anything that makes me happy, because everybody keeps on trying to take it away from me. I mean, yeah, I drive around in a Mini Cooper that's red, white, and blue, and a lot of people call me a faggot. A lot of people say that I'm the St. Cloud Superman's son. I'm some guy who's a pedophile because I play a Santa Claus. They sit there and they constantly bash me all the time about it, and it hurts so much. Mark Webber's on. Hey, look at that. Yeah. But, you know, I just sit here all the time and I take everything so hard and I load it up inside my brain and my mind and my life, and I just constantly feel like I'm just beating myself up, and I can't ever get up from it because I have to be an adult. I can't have any fun. People always used to tell me, Jack, you were so fun back in the day. What happened? I said, you want to know what it is? I've lost my luster. Because I lost my best friend. Even though Joe and I, you know, we separated, I don't think that she quite understood the real me. She says she does, but I don't think she does. I think you have to really understand me before you can actually understand anything. because I don't like to say things about people on Facebook and post bad shit about people all the time. I mean, that's not me. Maybe my account was hacked. Maybe something did happen. But I don't even remember posting the stuff. But all Joe wants to know is, or all Joe asks, oh look, it's back. Oh shit. Person broke down in the middle of the road. But I really don't understand, and I don't get it anymore. More than anything is, yeah, I messed up a really good thing with Joe, okay? And I'm never going to get that back. But I would like to someday get my life and everything back on track, get this divorce behind me, and start over. And I tell you guys that I want to call myself Jaximus Frosty Claus. And I think that's a great name to start with. I think that's a great way to be. Because not only am I starting over from being a craning, but I'm also starting over and being a new me. Because that's what I want to do, is be me. I want to start over being me. I want to live my life. I want to enjoy the fun things in life. And I think that it's really cool that Amber and her daughter are the way they are. Kind of wish I had that with my parents, but I don't. I'll tell you guys this. I get off the phone with my parents, and I hang up the phone with my parents. I say I love you to them, and I don't hear anything back. Aren't you supposed to tell your kids that you love them? Or is that just a joke? Or is that just a myth? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, there's not a day that goes by that I don't understand, but I've never really got to the point where I've never heard anybody say things, like parents, my parents always thought that I was one of these kids that were they thought I was weird, they thought I was different. And then I had Julie one day tell me, the reason why you're different is because, it's cool that you're different. It's good that you're different because you understand how to be different in this world, and you're special. And it takes a special person to be who you are. And I said, that's awesome. She goes, yeah. someday we're just going to go to the top of the Empire State Building and we're just going to jump off. And I said, what, are we going to have parachutes or something? Because that'd be cool. And she said no. Because when special people live in a world and they just get tired of all the dumb or the weird people around them, you know, they just go and do their own thing. Well, I told Julie, I said, I want to live. Because I don't want to die. I'm not ready to die. I'm not ready to go. I'm not ready to end. I don't ever want to die. I want to live forever. I want to be forever young. That's what I told her. I don't really want to live forever, but I want to be forever young. And she said, that's what makes you so special, Jack. Makes you weird. And I said, well, yeah. Because I want to be an immortal person who brings love, joy, happiness to everybody all over the world. I don't ever want to see somebody down. I don't ever want to see somebody sad. Because I've been that way. I've been that way for 45 years of my life. I've been down. I've been depressed. I've been beaten up. Kicked around by all this hate and negativity from all these people who just don't understand me. Somebody says to me, they said, Jack, are you gonna end up ever doing something stupid like suicide or everything else? You want to know something that's really funny? Why is everybody so quick to think suicide is the way that everybody's gonna go? My parents used to always think that I was suicidal. Yeah, my parents used to always think that. That's why they wanted me to go see counselors all the time. They wanted me to go see people. You know what? I didn't want to see people. You know what I did? I just did my podcast. I just started talking to you guys. This is free fucking therapy, man. This is my podcast. You know, I have a friend of mine named Katie Landis. She wants to do her podcast, you know? 1 foot on the throttle, 1 foot in therapy. Well, maybe if she would just start to look at a person who doesn't need therapy, because I don't go to therapy. I just get on my podcast, talk to you guys. I have nothing against Katie. She's got everything she wants. Yeah, she does. She's got the greatest life in the world. She's got 3 cars. Yep. She's got 3 cars, a big penthouse. She's basically a real life Barbie. Except for she looks more badass. She's got tattoos. She's got piercings. She's basically the badass Barbie that is what a lot of the bad boys want. The badass Barbie. Yeah. We want badass Barbie. But some people also prefer the homemaker Barbie. The ones that, make cookies and make cakes and pies and is humble, loyal, isn't so very narcissistic, comes home from a day of work and just wants to cuddle with their man. No sex, no nothing like that, just cuddle with their man. Just tell him that he loves them. tells him that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But he tells her that she's the greatest thing since peanut butter and jelly. And then they're like, hey, you want to make sandwiches together? And that's cool. You don't have to watch Netflix and chill. No. You don't have to go for a car ride and chill. You just have to love each other. Or understand each other. I mean, podcasts, you don't need a good studio. Shit, you just need to drive around in a van and talk on a cell phone. That's what I do. Do people take me serious? Sure as hell hope they do. Because sometimes I really think a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't take me serious. My phone keeps on telling me I have a slow connection, so my phone probably sucks. If I had a Verizon phone, I'd have the greatest connection in the land. Probably not. You can't have always good things. Because you gotta spend that friggin' money to have good stuff. Yeah, I want unlimited internet and unlimited phone use and unlimited this. So you got to spend $1,000 to get a cell phone to work. Yeah. They don't even give you unlimited. They say that it's unlimited, but they don't give you unlimited. They cut you off after 60 gigs of data used. Yeah. You feel like you got everything going for you, but you sure as shit don't. Hey, Amber. How are you doing? Amber, everybody. Miss Mustang. What? You know, there's all these guys in this world that say they want their Letty, or their, or they want their chick that works on cars with them together. You know what it is? You know what I want? To be 100% honest with you, I'm like Philip Robertson, and I wanted my Miss K. Or I want somebody, I want my, like, Rhett Foreman and Miss Kitty. That's what I want. I want, like, a relationship that's lasted, 60-some years with a woman. I don't care if she doesn't know how to work on cars. I don't care if she doesn't know how to do anything. As long as she knows how to, like, tame the Hulk, that's the only thing that matters. As long as she knows how to tame the beast. I mean, shit. She could be Belle. She could be Elsa. She could be Jessica Rabbit. It don't matter. As long as she can tame the beast. As long as she can make me feel better about myself and make me laugh. Keep me from putting a bullet in my brain. That's a pretty good idea. That's a strong chick right there. As long as she can be Mrs. Claus, that's all that matters. If she's ready for that responsibility, ready to be with me through cold weather and ready to smile and have kids walk up to me all the time and be like, "Hey Santa, what's going on?" I'm like, "Not much. What's going on with you?" They're like, "I don't know. How's Mrs. Claus?" Well, Mrs. Claus is really good. She's at home right now. That's what it used to be. Now it's, how's Mrs. Camo Claus? Well, Mrs. Camo Claus left me 2 years ago. I don't know if it was being jealous about being around other people or if I was just an asshole. I really don't know. If you want to talk to her about it, go right ahead. Yep, she'll tell you everything. She'll tell you everything right down to a T. She might even get a kick out of telling you things. I don't know. 1 foot in the hole, 1 foot in the speaker, drinking to 11, blowing on a speaker, and I ain't got much to prove, 'cause I've seen better days. Now, if we were to listen to that song together, it would have to be some EDM, and it'd be like, each, I've seen better days. Over it's better days. I've seen better days. Yeah. Electronic dance music. Sounds like Transformers fucking, but it's the coolest shit in the world. I was listening to it the other day because Amber sent me a video that she was at some like cool ass concert or something, and damn, she had a great outfit for Halloween. She looked hot as balls. Yeah, she looked great. Oh. I don't even know if she's still watching me or not, but... Now, when I first met Amber at a car show, well, Nikita was with Amber's daughter, and so Nikita was, smiling and whatever. Amber come walking up and started talking. I don't know, we just had a bond, I think, right away when we first met each other. I thought she was cool from the get-go. Yeah, from the get-go. I thought she was cool as shit. Yeah, thought she was awesome. But I don't know. I mean, I say some things that are kind of stupid and get me in trouble, and I don't know if I said something right or wrong, but, I was just being me. And I'm a man of constant sorrow is what I am. Just do voices all the time. I mean, there is no filter, If I was to filter everything that I would freaking say, it would come out like this. Bleep, 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 bleep. Hi, how's it going? Bleep, 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 bleep. Bleep, 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 bleep. And then I'd sound like I'm speaking some gibberish language from another country. Blah, 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 blah. You guys, hey, remember back in the day when we used to play the video game The Sims? Yeah. Remember The Sims? When the guy would come over and introduce himself, and he would be like, blah, 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 blah. And that's how he would talk, because they would not use real English. They would not, say like, hey, my name is Bob, I live next door. It'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And he would start laughing, and he would sound like Fire Marshal Bill or something is what he would end up being like. And he'd be like, let me show you something. Say, you're going through the kitchen, and you just happen to find this aerosol can next to a candle. Let me show you something. Yeah, but I mean, that's what it is, man. Somebody asked me the other day, they were like, so Jack, what's up with the story with the Grinch? Or like, what's up with Camo Claus? And I'm like, what do you mean Camo Claus? And they're like, what is it, the Grinch and Santa Claus together? I'm like, no, Camo Claus is Santa's cousin. I can't be the real Santa Claus because the real Santa Claus is 1,700 years old. He's 1,700 years old. Or 1,578 years old. I mean, the guy started out as a monk back in the day. And it's actually a Viking holiday. His name is Santa Claus. Yes. Odin used to ride on an 8-legged horse. So it's basically a Viking holiday that the Christians just decided to turn it into something that they thought was really cool. But we all know that we can't say, what we want to say sometimes because everybody gets butthurt if they don't hear this or hear that. And one of the things that I really and truly have to say is that, okay, if there's one thing in this world that needs to stay the way that it is, and it's not trying to be racist and it's not trying to be anything, but Santa Claus, everybody, I'm going to tell you this right now, Santa Claus is white, okay? Yes, he's a Caucasian. And I'm sorry, but that is the way it is. I mean, when I go to a Walmart and I see a person playing Santa Claus that is African American or anything like that, I kind of have to say no on that one. Because the thing is that if you look in the origins of life, back in the history books, Santa Claus is white as day. And the reason why he is not because it's gender or it's not gender neutral or whatever, or racist, whatever. Santa Claus has always been played by a Caucasian fellow. It's been that way. It's going to be that way all the time. We do not need to bring race into the whole Santa Claus thing. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you that this is one thing that has got to stay the way that it is. And that's the way the history books wrote it. Because in history and Santa Claus cares about race, but he doesn't care about it that much to where, if you want to be an African American person and you want to put a white beard on and a white hair and play Santa Claus, go right ahead and do it. But just know that every time you do that, it looks really out of place And some people, they'll find it offensive. They'll find it really offensive. But they won't say anything to you. They won't. They won't say anything to you. They'll just look at it and go, no. They'll just say no. They'll just instantaneously say no. They just won't go with that. It's just one of those things. It's not me trying to be racist or anything like that. It's just no. Santa Claus, that's one thing that we're allowed to have. One thing that the Caucasian people are allowed to have, okay? Try to take NASCAR from us, try to take motocross from us, but you're not taking Christmas from us. We'll have that as a unracial thing, okay? It'll be what it's supposed to be. Just leave it at that. Okay? Got me? Yeah. Because one year I went to Walmart, and I think it was Alexandria, and they had an African American lady wearing a white beard and white hair. She tried so hard to play Santa Claus, but it looked so out of place. I mean, it was just wrong, okay? But please do not take that the wrong way. Please do not sit there and think that Santa Claus is racist. No, he's not. It's just that if you look back on all the history books and you look back at the history of Santa Claus, he's been white since the 1500s. Yes, he's been white since he was a monk. Yeah, he was. Yes. So, that's just how we're going to leave it at that. But anyway, I don't know, guys. Going back to me and my situation and my problems with my relationships is I have been trying so hard to just get everything taken care of. Now, I sat down, or I didn't sat down with Joe, but I talked to Joe. I went to go see her. I got some stuff from her, and I talked to her, and I said to her, hey, so what is the story with us? Are we ever going to get back together? Are we ever going to talk? Are we ever going to, be friends? Or what are we going to do? Like, what is our situation? And she said, Jack, she goes, Jack, I don't want to ever get back together with you. And I said, okay, that's fine. You said your piece. You spoke your piece. You said what you wanted to say, and that's fine. Now, this is what I say. Let's get the money together, 50-50, and let's get this divorce finalized. Let's get this done. It's not because I want to have my freedom. It's because I want you to have your freedom, and you should want me to have my freedom, and we both should be able to start our lives over, or be able to block out the thing. And yes, I see that if you help me pay for this thing, and we go to the courts and we get it all done, and I become Jaximus Frosty Claus, okay? Once I become Jaximus Frosty Claus, everything that happened in Jack Craning's life, including you, Joe, will be gone. I will never bring it up because it's gone. It's wiped out of my life. I don't have that relationship anymore. It's gone. See, you think that I'm going to keep going back and talking about this or bringing this up, and you think I'm going to keep bashing you on YouTube and everything else. No, once we get this divorce finalized and everything, I'm no longer going to talk about you. Because I know how you really feel about me. I know that you don't want me in your life anymore. I know that you don't want me to be your friend. I know that you want me gone. And once we pay for this divorce and get this all finalized, it's good. Because you'll never have to worry about me anymore. Because it'll be like we never even met. Because the thing is that I know how you really feel about me. But that's Jack Craning that you're with, not Jackson Claus. Jackson Claus is the new me. And the new me doesn't even really talk about you much. No, because what happens, this is what happens. When people ask about they're like, have you ever been married? And I'm like, yeah, I was married to a girl for 10 years and we separated. And, once the divorce finalizes, I'm not ever going to talk about her ever again. Because I know how she really feels about me. So, it's basically a win-win for you because as soon as everything gets done, you can block me out of your life, and if your kids don't want to talk to me anymore, that's their choice too. They can block me out of their life. Because I don't even really talk to them. I really don't. Because if you don't want me to talk to them, I won't talk to them. Because I know how you really feel. And I know how they really feel. They probably don't want me in their life. They probably hate my ass. I mean, it's their choice if they really and truly want to be with me or they want to be around me. I mean, I never gave birth to them, but I love them. And I still do love them. But if they don't love me, then that's their choice. I only want to be around people who are positive and want to be around me. And if you don't want to be around me, then fine. Because I only want to be associated with people who are positive, friendly, nice people who actually see the good in me, which I don't know if that's, I don't really know who that is because I haven't really been around people long enough to know them. But I do feel like some people actually give a shit about me. I mean, they're the people who call me over to their house at like 4 in the morning or 2 in the morning or 12 in the morning and say, hey, come on over and hang out. So that's what I do, And that's what Zach's done for the last couple of days. A couple of times. He's actually said, hey, come on over. I went to G. Allen's and sat there by myself and watched a hockey game and then pretty much just waited for the game to be over with and then I went home. Yeah. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Cop. So I'm getting down to my final thought, and my final thing is that I just want to say, Amber and Mark Weber, thank you guys very much for coming on the show tonight, watching me. Amber, I really do appreciate you staying on as long as you have. I think that it's really cool that you're watching me. I hope that this doesn't scare you away or something. I mean, I think you're a really great person. You have a big heart, and you are a very wonderful person. And I hope someday that, you know, I have enough money to take you out for dinner other than, you know, like McDonald's or something. I hope that I'm, you know, a guy that can win your love and, or maybe do something for you that, you know, maybe just, yeah, maybe we can just start to get to know each other. I don't know. I'm just a country boy at heart. No, I'm just a camo claus, dude. I'm just a camo claus, and that's pretty much all I am. I'm just trying to be a camo claus, play a cousin every day. I put on the suit, and I feel the way I feel. I tell you right now, when I wear the red and then I green, I feel like I am impossible, and I'm just me, 'cause I'm a camo claus, a camo claus. I got my brothers and my sisters trying to tell my laws. When liberty's in jeopardy, I always do what's right. I put on my camo and fight the good huge fight. And then I tell you, baby, I am a camo claus. I'm a camo claus. That's an American Soldier by Toby Keith, but I turned it into a camo claus song. Ho, ho, ho! Yeah, I know. I went into work today and there was Hallmark Christmas movies on. So I know somebody got into the Hallmark channel. I'm sorry that I came on and lost my shit and talked about my problems and everything else, but this is what I do, guys. This is my therapy. I haven't been on for a while and I haven't been able to talk, but you know, I'm working on things, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on it. And Mark Weber, you know, thanks for getting on and putting up with me tonight. Amber, thanks for putting up with me tonight. I just want to say I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I love how you guys, you know, got on and respected me and watched. Yeah. No. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, when I get home tonight, probably get home tonight and do something. Oh. Sometimes late at night I lie awake with my cell phone. I sit there and I think about my wonderful friends and how much I impact their life. And then I say I feel alright, and I just crash in my bed at night. And I lay there and I don't know, but I'm alright. But tomorrow never comes. If tomorrow never comes, can I face this world without her? Is the love I gave her in the past gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes? Tell that someone that you love they're who you're thinking of if tomorrow never comes. Yeah. I'm gonna go out here and curl a brick. Alright, I love you guys. See ya.